When it hits and it says record.
All right.
Press got it.
Got it. All right, D Walsh, let's start the show.
It hits and it says record.
All right.
Press got it.
Got it. All right, D Walsh, let's start the show.
All right. Let me see here.
It says record.
All right.
Press got it.
Got it. All right, D Walsh, let's start the show.
All right.
It says record.
All right.
Press got it.
Got it. All right, D Walsh, let's start the show.
Can everybody hear us?
Yeah.
Thumbs
Yeah.
up if you can.
Got it. All right, D Walsh, let's start the show.
Is it? Do y'all hear the
Can everybody? The repetitive? Yeah. Thumbs
Yeah.
up if you can.
Got it. All right, D Walsh, let's start the show.
Oh.
Do y'all hear the
Yeah, there it is again.
Yeah, I hear it. You're right. I thought it was just me.
Got it. All right, D Walsh, let's start the show.
What's up, y'all? This your boy True Boss checking in. Business coach, life coach is what I do. Is my area of expertise. So we're gonna have a good time tonight. Send those questions in, and we're gonna get y'all questions answered. It's your boy True Boss.
Awesome. KD, you good?
just a minute here. It's on the wrong one. Let me
Can y'all hear me out there?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep, we can hear
Okay.
you. What's up? It's only right.
All
Welcome
right.
to the show.
All right. Thank you for having me. I appreciate it. I can't wait to get into these topics.
Oh yes. All right. D, how you stay? You good?
all right, yeah, we about to get it going. Welcome everybody.
All right.
up,
So
what
let's
up?
get it started.
Is it love or is lust? Is it all about us? Do we really have trust? Is compromising enough? Come on, let us discuss. Heart to heart, let's start the spark. Let's talk, no fuss. Come on, let us discuss.
Good night, everyone, and welcome to the virtual heart-to-heart relationship talk show, July 19th event. I am your host, Trina, for the night. And I just wanted to welcome all our new followers and also our old followers, as well as our panelists, our celebrity panelists for the night. Now, the Heart to Heart Relationship Talk Show is a platform for people from all across the world that come together and address taboo topics on all things relationships. Our viewers, such as yourself and our panelists, are able to submit questions, and then the panelists will answer these questions, followed by an audience response. This is also an opportunity for our business owners to showcase and market their brands to people from all across the world, and also to network within the chat area. Please take advantage of this opportunity to network and also to subscribe to any of the professionals that we have on this forum tonight. Remember to follow us on all our social media platforms. Yes, we're doing TikTok, YouTube, Instagram, Facebook at the word heart, number 2, heart, RTS. That is heart followed by the number 2, heart, RTS. And that's on all social media platforms. Also subscribe to Farside TV, who's streaming live now on their YouTube channel. And I'm just going to get into some little rules. Now, before we start the show, if an audience member would like to comment, please tap the raise hand icon and ensure that your cameras are turned on. The audience member will then have 1 minute to deliver their response. Please feel free to express yourself, but remain respectful at all times. Have fun, meet new people, network, and we're just going to enjoy the night. So before we get into the show, I want to introduce our panelists. So I'm going to hand it over to Dee so he can play the video.
Hi, everyone. My name is Shelly Thomas. I am a stand-up comedian as well as entertainer, hairdresser, all around, aka Baby D. No, just kidding. You can find me on all social media platforms at Shelly with the Fade. There's no H on the wit, so WIT. So Shelly with the Fade all across all platforms, and I'm out of Detroit, Michigan.
If you break my heart, it is not above me to hit one of your homies. It's just the game. And I'm gonna get the one with the money. You know I had to double it.
Man, I'm Country Mane. You can find me on Instagram at CountryMane59. That's KOUNTRYMANE59. You can find me on there on TikTok, the same tag. YouTube, CTP Country Mane. Or Pelvis Presley, any of it, you can find my music under Pelvis Presley on all platforms. But hey, find me, I'm everywhere.
Hope you got your coats, cause it's about to be a cold summer. Built my team, invested money, now we about to do some numbers. My swagger on this album will be some fire. Man, let me go and get these shoes on real quick. This white tee, nothing too much. You know what I mean? Throw these chains on, this watch. Man, let me go ahead and turn this bitch up.
Artist, MC, president of Certified Nation Entertainment. I'm from Flatbush, Brooklyn. You can find me on Instagram, YouTube, Facebook. It's Only Right, IOW on all platforms. Also owner, Right Your Own History. It's Only Right clothing brand. It's more than a movement, it's a lifestyle. So that's me.
I'm crushing chickens, getting money, smoking loud, you can smell me coming. Every day we out here, double dutch, my trap jumper said every day we out here. Double dutch, my trap jumper said every day we out here. Double dutch, my trap jumping, I'm crushing chickens, getting money, smoking loud, you can smell me coming. Every day we out here, double dutch, my trap jumper said every day we out here. Double dutch, my trap jumper said every day we out here. Double dutch, my trap jumper.
What's up? It's Kush, and I'm a music artist. You can find my music everywhere on Apple Music, iTunes, Spotify, Pandora. I have my own station. You can also find me on Facebook under KUZH, as well as on TikTok underneath Kush Daddy. You already know what it is. Yeah!
I'm screaming out no new phrase. I'm screaming out. Now I'm the bad guy if I go back to who I used to be. Spitting on your block, I think that's the person they wanna see. Got too much to lose, but receipts that I can prove. Take a second, I got a point that I can go prove.
What's up, y'all? It's your boy Coach Controversy here out of Houston, Texas, by the way of Detroit. Listen, I am your certified business, personal life coach, y'all. I'm here to tell y'all the truth. I don't want to tell y'all a lie. So that's my biggest thing is, out of Coach Controversy, you're going to get the truth, and the 100% truth is not going to be a lie. So I'm here for all your business and personal life coach, needs. And y'all can always find me on social media, okay, on that good social media at Coach Controversy, and that's Coach and Controversy with a K. So that's KOACHKONTROVERESESY, whatever. Coach Controversy, but spell it with a K.
Thank y'all so much
for the people that rock with me. I tell people all the time, don't fuck with people that want to fuck with you sometime or half the time. You either fuck with the entirety of me or you don't fuck with me at all. Either you fuck with me all the way or you don't fuck with me at all. There is no in between, bitch. You cannot ride that fence. Listen, that's a fence. You cannot ride that fence, bitch. It's either you on this side. Hold on, I gotta listen.
Is it love or is lust? Is it all about us? Do we really have trust? Is compromising enough?
Listen, I have to big up Black Legacy on making these videos that we send in with all the introductions and, you know, something to show who our panelists are, their about, their info. So shout out to Black Legacy, you know, producer and artist himself. He also made our introduction song, which is, I'm always vibing to it. So I rate you, Black Legacy. Big up yourself. All right.
AKA D Walls can talk too.
Yes, D Walls can talk. Fanny Mike, Starving Mind Records. That's D Walls. All right, so let's get into the show. Got a first question, and reading it over, this question pertains to trust issues, I guess, within a relationship, and also how open you are in relation to like your laptops, your phones, with your partner. So the question was sent in and it reads, I went behind my partner's back and snooped on his laptop. I admitted that I did it and it deeply hurt him. How can we move past this? And I'm gonna vibes and hand this over to Shelly with Fade.
All right. So for me, I don't tolerate anybody going through anything, and I'm not gonna do that to you because it's just a violation of personal space. And once you violate that, that's trust that you really can't ever get back. And if somebody put me in a predicament to where I have feeling like I need to go check and see, I don't want to be in that predicament either. So I'm just not gonna do it. And it's not healthy. Like anything you go looking for, you can make something be something. So it could be something just casual, you talking to your friends, but if you want it to be something more than what it is, it can be in your mind if you make that shit up, which a lot of people do, you know? So I'm not for it. And I feel like people should walk away from relationships more instead of putting themselves in insufferable situations.
I agree. If you go look for it, you're gonna find it. All right. It's only right. What you got to say about that question?
If it gets to a point where you going behind your partner's back and looking in phones and all of that, a conversation has to be had, because there has to be a premise where it made you feel like you had to go through that person's phone and look for whatever you're looking for. Me personally, I don't do that, but my phone, laptop, my wife has all the codes, and if she needs to, you know, if she feels she has to go in there. But again, if she feels that need, we should have a conversation, because maybe I'm not doing something that I should be doing that makes you feel like I gotta go and check his phone or his laptop. So I believe a conversation and communication can kind of avoid what happens after that. Because if you have to check your partner's phone, what's the reason for that? Is it insecurity within yourself? Is it something your partner did? So I think it's deeper than just it's deeper than just having trust, because it could be something, another layer to that. You know what I'm saying? What made you go through that to that level? Because if y'all together, it has to be a communication and some kind of trust, where if you feel your partner is doing something and you can't talk about that, that's another issue that should be addressed. So it's deeper than before we even get to the trust. It's like, what made you feel you had to go through to that level to find something out where you couldn't just talk to me? We couldn't have a conversation. So that's where I'm at with that.
I like your answer, starting at communication. All right, so Kush, what advice would you give them in order to like move past it as a couple? What advice can you share with them from any experiences you may have had?
I mean, Berman kind of hit it right on the nail. Like there's a deeper issue that's at stake, and you know how I feel about things like that, like bringing baggage to the table. When you bring baggage to the table, you're not requiring someone else to have to put more energy into something. I believe people should come together and have their issues already fixed, because a relationship is to add, not to subtract. So he hit it right on the head. There's a deeper problem that's there. There's a deeper issue that needs to be discussed. And then, like he said, once that issue has been discussed, whether it's something of your past that you didn't let go, or the fact of the matter that maybe the person or the other partner is not doing something right, then handle it accordingly. He took it right where it's at. I mean, that's the healthiest way that I would go about it myself. He hit it right on the nail.
All right, nice. Countryman, anything different you wanted to add to the question?
No, they hit it on the nail. They hit it right on the nail, because see, like, if you really gotta go in somebody's phone or whatever it is, you're gonna get what you're looking for. You know what I mean? But you know what I mean, like that, you gonna hurt yourself going looking for it. But at the same time, on another side, if there's enough trust in between two people, you wouldn't care if you left your phone right there on the table or whatever, your computer open with the work. Who cares? You can leave your phone at home. You didn't care because you keeping it 1,000. You know what I'm saying? So it's a two-way joint. You know what I mean? But what they said, I totally agree with what everybody said, because it all comes together in one. You get what you're looking for. You know what I'm saying?
Yep, I agree. So True Boss, how you want to round this up for us in terms of giving some advice to this couple in relation to how they're gonna move past this?
Everybody's so trustworthy. I'm going through your shit. I'm going through your phone. And if I'm going through your phone, you gave me a reason to go through it. Listen, we living in times you don't know what type of time people is on. You don't know what type of time people is on. So if you give me a reason and I go in there and I find what I'm looking for, then it's a conversation to be had. Now, if I go in there and ain't shit there, you done probably deleted it, or it wasn't nothing ever there. So me as a person, I'm gonna say, you know what, that was my bad. I fucked up. I shouldn't have did it. But 9 times out of 10, if you got a reason to go search and you go find, they say you go find it.
Yeah,
I'm gonna find it. Then we gonna have a conversation about what I found. Your ass just ain't off the hook. We gonna talk about it again. That's the conversation.
Okay, so
you gonna find it now. Right. I told you gonna find it. You look for it, you gonna find it.
I want to find it. That's what I want.
Right.
I want.
You want it. So are we summing up to say it starts on the communication level, but you're gonna still go through the person's phone either which way? So if you find something, and you talk about it, or you keep your mouth shut and keep it moving. Is that what we're saying?
Yeah.
Nah, I can't agree with that. No, listen, I feel like if you're gonna go through the person's phone, first of all, you better. First of all, if you go through, I'm so honest I'm poly. Me and my fiance are poly, so we're very open about a lot, right? We have these group chats with potential poly playmates or potential girlfriends. Let me explain something to y'all. I answered this because there was a similar question that she had last year when we did this forum. You're not going through my phone. And let me tell you why. Because I'm the most open and honest person. If I give you a reason, I feel like before you even go through the phone, you need to have a very validated reason. Because we opened up about this in our last relationship. Me and my fiance have been together for 5 going on 6 years. And for 3 years, she just thought that I was just too goddamn good to be true. And she went through my phone. And like she said, like Faye said down at the bottom, your mind starts to play tricks on you. So if you're looking for something and the whole time the reason your partner has been distant because they're planning a party, now you done took your partner through a whole Shazam of emotions. Mental health is real. And now you look asshole because, bitch, I was doing something for you. You're doing too much. Like, if you have a very good reason, like when I say a damn good reason, like you done glanced over your shoulder and you done seen him text another bitch. If you done asked him, right? And he's like, nah, da-da-da-da-da. Okay, cool. If you get that intuition again in your stomach, like Coach said, go to that motherfucking phone. But you got it's process of elimination. Think of it like being a detective. You can't just jump to the gun and want to arrest somebody. You got to have that evidence. You got to have that proof. Because you about to waste your time and then you about to get yourself all worked up like, come on now, life is too short to be doing all of that now.
That's true. You don't want to be stressing out your life for no reason.
Hell no.
So let me open up the discussion to any of our audience members who want to chime in. Guys, please remember, this is a safe space. There is no judgment, and you just need to be open, express your own views. No one's going to judge you for it. So if we have any audience members, tap that raise hand icon, and then we'll call up on you. If not, we're going to keep it pushing. So any audience members, before we move on to the next question, don't be shy. All right. So we're gonna move on. What we got here? All right. So before we head into question number 2, we're basically on the Heart to Heart Relationship Talk Show. We do showcase talents from a variety of artists and some of our panelists that we have. So we just want to showcase to you and show you how you can submit any videos that you have of any artists with their talents, and then we'll showcase it and play it on the show. So I'm gonna hand it over to Dee to play our commercial.
Peace of mind extended to you, family. I am the Black Legacy, the CEO of Starving Mind Records, and the co-producer of the Heart to Heart Relationship Talk Show. Shout out to Tim, the producer, and Trina, the other co-producer. We're excited to bring to you all a new segment to the virtual Heart to Heart Relationship Talk Show called the Artist Showcase. What is the Artist Showcase, you ask? Thanks for asking. Let me explain. The Artist Showcase is where we allow you all to submit in a video displaying your talents, and it gets streamed live during one of our heart-to-heart relationship talk show. But there's a few things that we need for you to do in order for this to happen. First, we need you to go to Heart to Heart RTS on Instagram. That's HEART, the number 2, HEART, RTS on Instagram, and follow us. And also in the message, submit in a question regarding any type of relationship topic that you feel you want to have answered on the show. And then submit in your video no longer than a minute and 30 seconds to h2hrts@gmail.com. That's h2hrts@gmail.com. That's it. Submit your work in. We're going to review it. And then if you're chosen, we're going to display it amongst all the people. And it also will be streamed on Farside TV. So shout out to Farside TV also. So come on, tap in and let's go ahead and display our talent to the world, because this is streamed not only in the USA, but abroad. So tap in. Let's do it. Peace.
All right, nice. So if you have further questions or you want further information, you can send an email to h2hrts@gmail.com. That's h2hrts@gmail.com. Now, before we move into question number 2, just as a reminder, for those who are not speaking, could you please mute your mics until you're ready to speak so that we can minimize the background noise? We would really appreciate that. All right, so our question 2 was submitted. And this question seems to deal with accountability within a relationship. And the question asked, do women want a good man? Do women want a good man who corrects them and will hold them accountable, or do women want a man that they can control? I'll ask this question again. Do women want a good man who they can correct and who they can hold accountable, or do women want a man that they can control? So take a minute to think about that, and I'm going to ask a guy first. So I'm going to ask Contramain that question first.
You said, all right, you said, ask me that one more time.
All right, so do women want a good man who corrects and will hold her accountable, or do women want a man they can control?
I ain't gonna let nobody control me, period. So you can hold me accountable, because if I'm dedicated and committed to that person, we should hold each other to an accountability, a level of that. But control, nah. Like unless it's a bedroom situation, and I ain't gonna get controlled in there either. But it that's where that go with. But nah, don't nobody need to control each other. You know what I'm saying? Accountability, yeah, I agree with that. You can hold me to accountability, put it that way, before you can hold to control me. I mean, it's just me. I'm gonna
But
come
will
in
you hold the
50 with
woman
it.
accountable for her actions?
Well, yeah, because I mean, but yeah, like I said, I can't judge her, but she's gonna have to hold her weight for me to be interested in that person. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna let you be 30% on 100%. You know what I mean? Situation. I'm 70-30. Nah, we're gonna hold each other 50% as accountability here. If somebody could take a higher step to the situation, but now they
So
got
from
that's
your from your point of view, do you think this is what women want?
I really couldn't tell you that because I'm not a woman. So you know what I'm saying? So, I mean, I can't, like I'm saying, I can only think how, you know what I mean, how I roll situation. As me, if I'm going to be committed, I can hold an accountability to you, but I'm not going to control you as a person. You know what I'm saying? Or how you think, how you do this, whatever. We either going to meet halfway on it or we ain't going to meet at all. You know what I'm saying? So
Okay. All
accountability is
right.
that's the only way I can say accountability. I can't, like, I'm not going to speak for that woman because I'm not that person. I can't speak on something I don't know or that ain't me. You know what I mean? So
Okay, I
accountability,
feel you
I
on
would
that
say
one.
accountability would be my thing. We can hold each other on accountability. Yeah,
Okay.
that's it.
All right, Shelly, what do you think?
So I think that, of course, people won't pick somebody that's gonna hold them accountable. I think the person that wrote this now, I'm not gonna say what I was about to say. I don't know if that was a man that wrote that question, but if you are a man and you could having to ask yourself, maybe you need to step it up because don't nobody want to have to control somebody. We want a man that leads, and there may be some women that like submissive men, but I don't think most women want to have to lead and make sure, because that's what it boils down to me. If I have to, first of all, if I have to control you, you're not mine. I don't have to control. Nobody belongs to anyone. So there's that. So I just don't have that view of like certain things. I'm poly too. So like control is like something I've seen people try to, it's like the tighter you hold on to something, the tighter somebody trying to let something go. So of course people want to be held accountable and I feel like that looks different for everybody.
Okay.
It depends on how old you are too. Like people want to grow. Like, of course, if you're young and in your 20s and just now getting the start of dating, that accountability may look different for you. But as you get older, you want different things. I need that. I can't have it without.
So you would prefer the man to hold you accountable and not control you?
Yeah, holding me accountable is me doing the things that I said I was gonna do, but having control over me is you telling me what I can and can't do, and that's not gonna happen. Now there's some things that are up for discussion, and we can talk about it. But I'm gonna tell you how I feel about it, and we can go from there. That's probably why I ain't got no man.
That's okay. Oh, Shelly, don't say that. You're just being
I
honest
don't
with
want one.
yourself. All right, Kush, what you got to add to this?
Hey, Miss Polly, how you doing?
Hey.
So, I thought about this question as everybody was answering, and I always look at things differently than most people. I take a step back and I look at the bigger picture. When you ask that question, everybody's answer is going to be different because it's going to depend on the person. If you take someone who is from, like, say for yourself, I'm from the Caribbeans too. So, over there it's very poor. Like you see a lot of things that you don't normally see here, like a lot of culture shockers that here, like where kids will literally, when it rains, they go outside naked and take a bath. Like you're not going to see that here. You know what I'm saying? If you're taking someone who's, let's say, from the Caribbean who doesn't really have much, their outlook may be a lot different than somebody who's come from a silver spoon. If you're taking a woman who's been through a divorce with a man already who's now changing over to women, everybody's answer is going to be different because some people need that. And it's to an extent, like some people need that masculine person to step up. Some guys have mommy issues. They need somebody to step up and teach them that they can be independent. So everybody's going to be different. You're not, if you're trying to do it in a way like you're trying to control somebody, like you can't go out and da 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 da.
you on a whole different type of level. That's narcissistic shit, and I'm not with that. But if you're asking for structure, I mean, everybody should take accountability. I don't care what relationship you got. But if you're looking for somebody to be more dominant, you know what I'm saying? I'm the dominant in the relationship, but don't get it twisted. My wife will put her foot down if there's a problem or something needs to be discussed or something's not right. She's going to speak on it. It's not no shit where it's like what I say goes and that's just it. So I feel like for that answer, it really just depends on the person, because you do have some men who want to be dominated by a woman and want them to take control. So it really goes on preference and it really goes on the person.
Okay. All right, True Boss, what do you got to say?
That one is I'm more like country on that one, because it's like I can't say what a woman would want, you know what I'm saying? But I think that you know what women want these days, I really don't know. I think they want their coochie hole pink and their booty hole brown. And so it's like, you know what I'm saying? I don't know what women I would have to. I ain't got no answer for that. And I'm never lost for like words and solutions and stuff. I would have to think about that one a little bit more. But yeah, that I don't know. Next question, please.
All right. So for me, in a nutshell, every relationship, you have to hold your own self accountable. And I also hope that if I'm not holding myself accountable, that my partner is going to say, hey, XYZ, hold your own, you know, you need to be accountable for your own actions, period. I think that's just how it is. I don't think anyone should hone in on you and say, hey, make sure you're accountable on this. I just think personally, hold your own self accountable, but controlling, nah, that's never
I have something to add to that too, because I think that a lot of these conversations about control are stemming from women dismantling the patriarchy. We're not okay with being talked to and being hit and stuff like, 50, 60 years ago, when women couldn't have their own wallet and couldn't have their own responsibilities and credit cards and stuff like that. So I think a lot of times these control conversations are coming up because women are not letting you we're not just standing by the wayside while everything's falling apart. We got our own money too now. So that plays a part in it. So it's like, yeah, you can lead me, but you ain't gonna lead me astray.
Right. Okay. Any audience members want to chime in? Just tap the raise hand icon.
I want to tap in.
Oh, hey, Honey Sacks. Welcome,
Hey,
welcome.
how y'all doing? I just left an interview. I said, let me come on over here. My brother, It's Only Right, was on tonight.
That's what's up. Thanks for coming.
You're welcome. As you know, y'all family to me.
Awesome.
But control, when I think of control, I think of so many things. I think of one, control, it being whether it be money. I think of control, because whoever has the money, whoever's the breadwinner has some sort of control over, you know what I mean? So when I think it's such a broad question, but if we're talking about character and control, if you feel as though you have to control somebody, then you have to determine what's going on inside of you mentally. Because when you're in a relationship with someone, it's two people who are individuals who come into a relationship, just like two people coming into a business together. So that person already had a life, you already had a life, right? So these two parties already had a life. So how can you then control something that someone's already had? The goal of a relationship, the goal to be with somebody is to allow that person to still be an individual. So if you feel as though you have to control somebody, and if you're saying that do women want control, that person has a character flaw, because you should not want to control somebody who already had a life before yours. You know what I'm saying? But if you're talking in a monetary standpoint, meaning, okay, now y'all in a household or whatever, this person got all the money. I mean, let's be honest. Sometimes if the woman it has more money, it may be some sense of control in what a person may feel as though they should or should not do. I mean, if you're not paying any bills, if you're not, the person's paying for every little thing, they do have some form of control. I'm not saying they're controlling you, but they have some form of control of where you're going to sleep, how you're going to eat, So why not make it where as though a person doesn't have any control over you and be independent? And if that person is still trying to control you and you're your individual self, then there's something wrong with that person and why are you in that relationship? That's all I have to say.
I think you summed up that question real nice. You really summed that up, honey. Thank you so much for chiming in on that question. That was a good response. That was a good response. All right. Well, since we don't have anyone else who wants to chime in, we just want to shout out our sponsors, Starving Mind Records, Streamcastic, that's where we are currently streaming from, based in Detroit, Certified Nation Entertainment, and of course, Farside TV. Now, before we get into another question, we're just going to play a video from one of our panelists. It's only right. And I am going to hand it over to the, sorry, one sec. All right, so my producer says I must run on to a third question. So my apologies, guys. All right, number 3. Question sent in. Where do you draw the line with people you show up for that don't show up for you? Like, saying it again, where do you draw the line with people you show up for that don't show up for you? And I'm going to hand this question over to Kush.
All right, sorry, I had to unmute myself. Let's see. I think where the line, well, not where I think, I'm gonna tell you where I draw the line. First of all, I don't like to even associate with myself with people who can't do what I can do for them. And I say that because as you elevate, people start having this mental or this mentality where they feel like, oh, well, I don't have to pay you back because you got it like that. Or just because, you know, you're making this online, I shouldn't have to, you know, I'm entitled. Like, but when you hang around with people who are on the same type of caliber as you don't have to worry about your friends or your so-called friends saying, oh, well, I ain't got it this time. And the whole time they got it on them. They just don't want to spend it because they feel entitled. So when people aren't supporting you, if somebody can't, if you're looking in the crowd and that person isn't clapping for you, that's not the person for you. Because they should be clapping even when you're ahead of them, even and vice versa for you too. Because just because you're ahead of them this year doesn't mean that next year they won't be ahead of you. So if a person can't sit here and do for you what you do for them, meaning like you're asking them to come to your show and it's free. If they can't show up to that show, no, don't go to their show. I ain't even trying to hear it, because if every time it's an excuse, obviously this is not a coincidence. That's every time it's an excuse. Like, remember that the only person that you need to believe in you is you. You never needed anybody else. Because when it's all said and done, it's you who's going to be there. It's their loss because they didn't want to be there for you.
I like that response. All right, Countryman, did you want to add something on to that question? I'll read it again. Where do you draw the line with people you show up for that don't show up for you?
Yeah. You know what I mean? The line drawn right at that point. You know what I mean? With me, like, you can't climb a mountain with a bag of rocks, right? So you ain't gonna succeed. Like, it's like this. Like, you could be at the house chilling, drinking, and whatever, and put $100 on the table. And 3 of those people in that room, you know pretty well, but 1 or 2 of them you don't. They came through association. You know what I mean? So that $100 wound up becoming the $10 bill. You know what I mean? So it really cost me $90 to get rid of somebody in my circle, to never be around me again. The lines crossed right there. You know what I mean? Why wait? You know what I'm saying? Like, you ain't bringing nothing to the table that's making all of us successful. You know what I mean? So why keep that baggage on you and try to climb a mountain with a bag of rocks? So I'm gonna cross. You cross the line with me first time. You know, I don't care. Like, you can look at the consideration of friendship and knowing that person for a long time. Okay, yeah, we've been through this type of stuff, but there's a real thin line of the new people that you bring into your situation now. They really trying to tear you down, or are they trying to really boost you up and bring you up? You know, everybody be like, "Oh, I'm down with you," but they really ain't down with you. But wait till something hit the fan the wrong way in that situation, and we really got to get serious. See how many of them just, oh, I don't know that dude, I don't know that guy, I don't know him. Like, you know what I mean? But boom, you come out of it in the good, then they coming back. You know what I mean? They coming back then. So now I'm gonna draw a line at the front of it. You know what I mean? So because you let it get inside, it's gonna be a poison. And it's gonna keep being a poison if you keep them around because they ain't never gonna learn.
Right. So you, from your view, once they show you who they are the first time, that's a wrap for you.
That's off the top. It's off the
All
top.
right.
I keep you close because I choose to for a situation. You know what I mean? But it ain't gonna be like I'm using you as a situation because of the situation. Now I'm gonna keep you around because I know you can only handle this situation. Like you can't handle this other business. You can handle this situation though. So I'll keep that person around, but I'll never put them in a big situation. I'll cut them off at the head, right at the front.
Oh, all right. Shelly, you got something to add for us for this question?
For me, as somebody that's a former people pleaser, you'll know when you had enough. But the fact that you already questioning it, you already had enough. So that's when you got to just make peace with where you at and let them go. And it ain't the fact that you already questioned it. You know, you probably gonna go back, but you'll know when it's time. It's on you. And some people have to go back and keep going back until they feel like it's finally in their face, or they keep doing them wrong again and again. Then until you don't have enough, then you're gonna be more mad. Some people gotta go back until they don't like the person no more. You know, it's up to you. It's in your head. But personally, now where I'm at, I ain't gonna let it once at first, like everybody else said. Like now, because I know better. But back then, I didn't always know better, and I used to deplete myself trying to overextend for people that ain't give a fuck about me. And then I'd be mad, like, but you knew, you already knew. So don't even be mad. Don't waste the feelings. Don't waste the time, the energy. Just let it go. I know it's easier said than done, but
yeah, that takes a little time. All right. So before I get to True Boss, I think it's only right stepped out just to check if he's in here. If not, True Boss, I'm gonna hand it over to you to give your perspective on this. All right. So True Boss, on to you.
Okay, I draw the line when I draw that motherfucker, right? So the thing is that we all been fools before. You know what I'm saying? You gotta be like, when I was younger, I was a people person, people pleaser. I used to try to do all that shit. Now that I'm strong enough to say, fuck you, boy, fuck you, girl, fuck you, you ain't got to show, you know what I'm saying? It's either gonna be, listen, any relationship that I'm in is damn near like a business deal. Listen, it's a handshake. If I do for you, motherfucker, you can reciprocate and do the same thing for me. And if you can't, bye, bitch. Bye, fuck, nigga. I holler at you when I holler at you when I holler at you. You know what I'm saying? But like Shelly said, is that it's better said than done. Because there's some people that I didn't let fuck me over and over and over again. But it's at that point when I draw that motherfucking line, it's over. You know what I'm saying? I see you, you see me, we see each other. I'll see you later.
I fuck with that dude. I love that dude already. I don't even know him, look, bro. I fucks with you.
Yep, that is the whole truth. That is the truth. You summed that up real good, True Boss, I swear. Any audience members want to chime in on this question to add their perspective on it? Because I know we've all been through situations like this where you keep giving someone chances over and over again, expecting them to show up, and then they don't show up, but they want you to show up for them. Like, it's like a cycle. So once you draw that line, you draw that line.
We got
Say that again?
We have Liddell.
Adele. All right, Adele, come on up.
Liddell.
Introduce yourself. Don't be shy.
You got to unmute. Okay, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yes.
All right. It's Liddell, but you can call me Coach Dale.
Liddell.
I'm Coach Dale. Be fine. I'm a life coach, peer mentor, social service technician, and recently I'm an author. I finished my first book It's doing really well on Amazon and Barnes and Noble. But what I found out was, so my book is called Up From Ashes, The Streets, Prison, and Redemption. And that's the name of my business right there, Up From Ashes LLC. And I come from a family that's totally chaotic and sick. My mother was molested by her father, my grandfather. I'm 55, so they both passed on. And so that she transferred that to me. She beat me. She, it was a lot of abuse. And I turned that to my peers in the street where I grew up, West Side Detroit, number streets. I became a bully, drug dealer, 14, 15 years old, shot people, and ended up caught a murder case at 17. I went to prison for 20 years. That was 1987. I came home 2006. So I've been home 17 and a half years, married 16 and a half. I own my home in East Point. I own my vehicles. Credit score 800, 840 plus. I mean, I'm doing decent right now. But I would say this, what I found is I never really, as far as friends, I never used that word. To this day, I don't use that word. What got me was my family. When I wrote the book, they took a stance, majority of them, not all, but majority, of turning their back on it, because to expose that generational curse of sweeping stuff under the rug, not addressing the sick people in the room and in the family, they felt like, hey, what is you doing, man? Why are you doing that? So I was always there for them. Since being home, they come to me, right? And I was the black sheep. And so they don't support me at all, the majority. I have some younger cousins that I seen grow up now. They grown, they bought the book, enjoy the book. But no, the older ones, uncles and aunts, man, they like, I ain't buying it. So I will say, I didn't expect, when you in a hospital, you don't expect a patient laying next to you to heal you. You don't expect them to give you any sound medical advice because they're there to get healed themselves, right? So that's how I look at it now. When I'm dealing with people, I don't expect anything more than what they can give. And for the most part, we scarred, we abused, we traumatized, and it ain't much we can give. And that's even in terms of trust and camaraderie. It's sad to say, but that's how it is. My wife is the one who proofread my book 12 times. Imagine that. Like, right. I don't even know if I don't even know if I would have been able to proofread her book. But so what you do, what I learned is I gravitate around the people in my life who is true. I try not to be bitter. Before I came from prison, I'm gonna let it go. I don't want to get too long-winded, but before they let me out, one of the major prayers that I asked Yahweh, don't allow me to be bitter. It was a lot of reasons to be. It's a lot of racism, a lot of hatred. So that I conquered. So I keep it moving. Thank you for allowing me to address. And again, my book is Up From Ashes: The Streets, Prison, and Redemption. Beautiful cover. It has a fiery phoenix. It has the silhouette of Detroit, and ash. The word ashes is sprinkling over it as if it's like drugs, cocaine, or heroin, because it's all representative. So please check it out. Thank you for your time.
Thanks for sharing, Coach Del. Can you add your information in the chat so that we can follow you, and also the information for your book? Paste it in the chat, place your link, and so that everybody can follow you. And that goes for everybody. Place your information in the chat so that everybody can network with each other, because you never know. We got a lot of things happening on the show. You just never know.
Yeah, can I just real quick? I wanted to just tell Adele that his story is phenomenal. It's a lot of people that's been in jail, that ain't been in jail 20 years, that ain't got an 800 credit score, that ain't owning their houses. You know what I'm saying? And so I think that's big. I really appreciate that, because I know a lot of people that's been incarcerated, you know what I'm saying, and ain't got shit. But that's a big thing. You did your time, you came out, and you was on your shit. So big up to Liddell, you keep doing. He said, I'm doing okay. You doing damn good.
That's his truth. Yep. Good job, Liddell. All right. Any audience members want to chime in? before we just hit a small commercial? Sorry, not commercial, intermission. All right. So before we continue on to our next question, I just want to shout out our sponsors once again. That's Starving Mind Records, Streamcastic, Certified Nation, and of course, Farside TV. Now, before we get into the next question, I'm gonna hand it over to D so he can play a video from one of our panelists. It's only right.
Peace of mind, send everyone. This is the Artist Showcase segment, and you all did hear the video earlier on how you submit in your work. So if anybody that you know that do music or do any type of talent, you know, have them submit it in. And do we still have It's Only Right on?
No, I think he had to disappear for a little bit, back to work or something, but he's gonna come back. He sent us a message.
Okay, I know we have one of his people in here, Honey Stacks.
Yep. Honey Stacks,
Okay,
you
so
there?
she representing for him. So he have a song.
You
We want to
muted,
play a
hon.
song.
I'm here representing my bro. It's only right. Certified Nation.
Okay, then. Yeah. His song is going to be the Artist Showcase for the day. It's called On Tilt.
Yo, that's for your brothers. Toast time, man. Check it. Yo, I love y'all, man. Real shit, we've been through a lot, man. We started this shit from y'all ain't get ready now, nigga say he ain't ready. Yeah, I'm just smacking, bro. But yo, we came from nothing. We started this from nothing.
Sorry, y'all. That was the wrong beginning of it.
I was like, yeah.
Let's
Rewind.
Let's rewind that.
All right, hit that rewind button and start one more time.
Okay, we rocking with it now, y'all. We rocking with it.
It's only or I, yo. History write my own. Why, yo? Yeah, boy, that's the motto. I'm back on it. They thought that I fell off. Nah, I was planting seeds cause it's all about growth. Yeah. You ain't never did, I never will. Nah. Cause you know that you ain't built. It's only. Started out we broke, just me and my bro. From that Boulevard block, if you don't know, now you know. Everything's a go. Yellow tape on our foes. Friend nigga, foe nigga, we was biting niggas' heads off. Then big bro came home, we was really at niggas' throats. There would be blood fight in the hole, niggas ain't want that smoke. Before the right logo, we was writing on our own clothes. Self-made from the ground up, we made it here on our own. If you was there, then you know Tuck was the first with the crown on. No handout, no cosign, just showed up when it was go time. Blood brothers the gang, but nah dog, we don't rep slime. This family's tied the same bloodline. If one shine, then we all shine. Fuck watching the throne, rather book the shit to be gone. I'm from the land of the takers, so that's the town that I'm on. BK, you know the place that I zone. It's only right. I said that twice so y'all know. You ain't never did, I never will. Hey, cause you know that you ain't built. Get up on my dick. Yes, it's only.
Oh, fire.
Welcome back. It's only right. Your video is hot.
Thank you. I'm sorry. I was at work. I'm on a little break right now, so I'm be in and out. But I wanted to be a part of this, and I appreciate y'all showcasing that video right there. Thank you.
Definitely, we enjoyed that video.
Thank
video.
y'all.
And shout out to Certified Nation Entertainment for not allowing, but introducing you to us for you to be on the show.
Yes,
Really
yes.
appreciate it.
Thank y'all. This is a
Okay.
beautiful platform.
Awesome. Thank you. All right. So let's get into some more questions. All right. I have one here. I don't know. I'm not used to saying this word. I'm Caribbean. I'm Jamaican. We don't really say these words, but it's a question and it was sent in. So I'm going to just say it how we got it. Should some white people get a pass for saying the word nigger if they grew up with mostly Black people? I'm going to say it one more time. I'm sorry if I sound odd saying the word. Should some white people get a pass for saying the word nigger if they grew up with mostly Black people? And you know, it's only right. I'm going to kick it off to you because I know you, countrymen, I see you. I'm going to get to you, but I'm going to hit it off with it's only right to contribute to this question. You're muted. It's only right. So you have to unmute and give me that
I'm
vibe
sorry.
again.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Can you repeat the question? Because someone tapped into a call. I apologize.
Oh, I'm sorry. 1 second. All right. Should some white people get a pass for saying the word nigger if they grew up with mostly Black people?
No, no, I don't care if your father Black. No, no, I do not. You get no pass. There's no such thing as a pass. Because if you let them get a pass, then it opens the door for everything else. Why? But why should they get a pass? Because they have Black friends that they grew up with? No, you don't get a pass. I don't, because I have a bunch of white friends. I don't get looked at differently when I go for an interview. They look at, I'm still the same Black mom. I'm still the same Black nigga, the same Black boy. I don't care how much white friends I have. They still look at me like, all right, Black guy. You know what I'm saying? So no, no, I don't believe in that. That's just my opinion, though. I don't believe in that free pass. Nope. But to each his own. But that's just my opinion.
All right, countryman, I saw you. I want you to chime in.
And look, it's not a past thing. It's a respect thing. Like I've been around a lot of people that I've grown up, either race, however it is, whatever color it is. Like it's a word. It's an offensive word, very offensive word, and it's not respectful to say it. It's really how, like, I've got some white homies that say it, and to me, it's just really how they say it is how the respect or the disrespect is coming. You know, if they're referring to a situation. You know what I mean? It's not cool, but I know they culture, how they came up. They grown up into it. Like they were used to, they only say it like that because they said it around some serious people who accepted them to say it. It's not right. You know what I'm saying? It's definitely not right. And it's just how you really say it. But there's a lot of, you know what I'm saying, uh people who don't, I mean, it really cuts a cord with them, you know what I mean? But everybody was taught different how they think, you know what I mean? But I look at it as a word because I like all types of people. You know what I'm saying? I know there's gonna be racial slurs thrown or words that like I said, it still comes down to judgment. But the respect of how they say it would be the line with me with it. You know what I mean? I don't really what you say is what you gonna say. Like you gonna say it, you wanna say it. Like you got the balls to say it. You know, you got 5, 6 Black folks right here to jump on you right now. You know what I'm saying? But if you got the nuts to say it, you know them boys are hitters. Hey, there you go. But it ain't cool to say it. You know what I mean? But
So do you
if it's
come across this on a daily basis?
no, not on a daily basis, but you know what I mean. A lot of people I come up with and different cities and stuff, like I know where they come from because that's what they came up in. Like they was in the project. It's like you go to projects, you see like 4 or less, maybe 4. If you got 4 white families in the projects, like okay, them them some they Black folks too. You know what I'm saying? Especially
So
if
you're
they
basically, so you're giving them a pass. You're
no, I ain't
giving.
giving nobody a pass.
Okay.
You say it to me like a man. You know what I'm saying? Don't like if you want to say it to me like, hey, you know what I mean? Hey, you know what I mean? Like saying it like that, like, okay, you want to be aggressive with this, but if he's like, yo, country, my nigga, you know what I mean? Boom. Okay.
Okay.
That's kind of slick different, but it ain't cool because you don't know what the other people around you feel
Are
about it. Like
thinking.
if it's me, you, and Ray Ray, and you could, all right, you cool, but when you get around Deshaun and little Terrence and them, you like you can't be you just can't be dropping the inbox because Deshaun and Terrence don't roll like that. They ain't been raised like that. You know what I'm saying? So like you can't throw it off. So it's really just the respectful time that you say it. If you saying it like that dude right there, that's my nigga. Cool. You know what I'm saying? But around me and Ray Ray, but when they shot over, you can't say that, bro. You got to know that. You know what I'm saying? You got to know
I guess.
it. And the ones that really say it like that know who to say it around. They ain't gonna bring a
Right.
new dude to be like, yo, these niggas over here tripping, bro. They be like, whoa. Who's this little white boy, bro? He the only white boy over here. But like I said, just kind of be different. Like I don't judge people, man. I love everybody, man. You don't, like I said,
Okay.
you cut the line with me when you cut the line. You don't want to hang around
Right.
country man like I'm Pelvis Presley. You know, so I shake and bake.
All right, Kush. Kush, what you got? Are you shaking big? Really country?
Hey, I like my man. My man legit, yo. No, I feel like what homie said to begin with the question, nation, because like if I have to sit here, like I'm not saying that we don't make conscious judgments every day. Like everything we do is a judgment. But if I have to sit here and look at your integrity and judge your intentions every time, like he said, the people that he might be with may be cool with it, but the people that they're going to go chill with, they're not with it. So now you're telling somebody to put an off and on switch when we just say, no, I don't care. Like if you grew up with Black people or if you were raised by Black people, like you don't get a pass to say that shit, period. Like that's just what if and or buts, because it's like a lot of arguments have started off of stuff like that. A lot of innocent lives have been taken too. When I get why, but it also starts at home too. Like, are you gonna blame somebody for using something that they grew up? You know what I'm saying? Especially if they were in the house at such a young age. Like to them, that's normal how they talk in the house. I'm not saying that gives them a pass, but it also starts at home too. But nah, ain't right here, buddy.
Not around here.
Look, I'm sorry, but look, you see, you gotta look at it like this in a scenario too. To see, how Takashi 6ix9ine, right? He was telling grown folks to eat his shit. You know what I'm saying? Grown dudes. You know what I mean? That's disrespectful. You gotta know how you talk to people these days, bro. This is different than 1980, 1975. It's totally different. This is 2020, motherfucker 3. These folks out here, the way these people and these kids are coming up with stuff, like, bro, you really have to watch, like, dropping the N-bomb, being a white boy in the wrong situation. Nowadays, you'll see it on Instagram the next day.
Yep.
He killed such, because he dropped the N-bomb. And he might have been that dude. You know what I mean? He might have been that dude with the brothers that didn't care that say that, but it's just people around you these days, bro. You gotta watch. You gotta watch how you say anything these days. It's really tough. Like how I'm talking right now, I really don't care. You know what I'm saying? Because your judgment don't mean nothing to me besides what God gonna judge me about. That's the only person I worry about judging me. So I'm gonna say what I gotta say. You know what I'm saying? But I'm really open to everybody's opinion on everything. That's the first thing. You can't, if you come in with a crazed, closed mind, you ain't gonna be able to understand nothing.
Yep. All right, Shelly, what you gotta say?
Not nan nigga better not ever come out a white person mouth around me unless they want the taste slapped out their mouth. I don't fuck with that at all. I don't care who you came with, who you from, where you from. I don't give a fuck. I don't care if you poor. I don't give a fuck. You white already. You got a one up on me. So no, you can't have that one. Nope. I don't care how cool you are. Nope. Don't try it. Like, why do you want this so bad? Like, it's not that deep. Let it go. It's deep to me though. Yeah, I'm talking about why do they want to say it that bad? Like, out of all the things we could be chatting about, even right now, to me, I feel like this is a waste of a conversation. We could talk about something more, something that have to do with Black people. Because here we are talking about white people, and it's all Black people here. Fuck them. They already fucking up this planet enough. Like,
Excuse me.
I feel that heat. I feel that heat. All right, true boss.
She's a real one. She's a real
Yep,
one.
she is. She is. And that's what we like on this show, keeping it real, judgment free.
Opened up.
Oh man.
True
Why they
boss.
want that one too?
So my answer is fuck no. Because let me show you this. Everything in my eyes is real black and white. These glasses is black and white that I got on, and that's how I see it, right? And so I just had an incident. My neighbor, he's 20 years old, okay? And he's Arabic. And he came and he was like, yeah, my nigga. He was, he said my nigga. It was a term of endearment. It's not just a white thing. It's 2023. You got nationalities they calling each other niggas, and they not even black.
Right.
They calling each other niggas that, and I had to school him. I said, you know what? My people got their ass whooped to be called. Us as black people can call each other niggas because we earned it. That's a term of endearment between black people, is to say, what up, my nigga? Nigga, you clowning. But no other race have the rights to that but black people. You know what I'm saying? I don't want you using it in a nice way, a demeaning way, because guess what? Either way, I'm going to fuck you up the same way. Regardless if it was nice or in a bad way, you're going to get fucked up. So ain't no passes on that. And when my people was in the motherfucking land getting raped and goddamn picking cotton, getting their ass beat, getting called niggers. You know what I'm saying? That's niggers was nigga is is the new term. It was nigger. Then it derived to nigga. It lightened up a little bit. But either way, motherfucker, don't say it out your goddamn mouth. I don't give a fuck if you white, Hispanic, brown, orange, whatever color you is. You're going to get fucked up the same way.
I want to say amen. I think you preached on that one, true boss. All right, Coach Dell, I see you had the raise hand icon. You just wanted to chime in. You have 1 minute for a response.
Okay. First, I want to say, Ms. Graham, you got a nice accent.
I'm Jamaican. Thank you.
Yes, ma'am. I want to say I kind of take a different stance, and this is no disrespect to any of the esteemed guests on the panel. I prefer the I prefer that Caucasians use it. I prefer that they use it so I know who they are. What hurts me, and I'm gonna tell you, I was just doing a group with some at-risk youth, all males, and this one young brother, 15, he was just going. So I said, man, I want to challenge you to use a different word to describe yourself and us, right? And he's like, well, everybody said, and it's just so. I prefer them to be who they are, so I know who they are. It hurts me more when we use it towards each other, even as a term of endearment. Again, I'm not judging. You do what you do. We all grown. I'm 55, and I come from a time, even in prison, during my bit, you couldn't call another brother N-word, right? You couldn't say it. You had to come out with your knife. I'm telling you, my right hand to Yahweh. That was the truth. And so that's my thing on it. It just still kind of cringes me when I hear brothers and sisters call themselves that. But hey, what do I know? Thank you for my minute.
No, thanks for that. I mean, I'm learning something because in Jamaica, we don't really call each other that word. It's not something that we use a lot. So I must say thanks. What'd you say, countryman?
What's y'all's word? What y'all mean? What do y'all be calling each other?
No, I ain't gonna tell you.
No, break it out. What do y'all call each other?
Brother.
Break it out.
Brother.
Dog.
Brother.
Wagwan. You good?
What's that mean?
No.
They say Botse boy. Botse boy.
No, we're not going down that road. We're not going that road. No, that's the word that we don't like using, but I don't like using. And I don't use that.
What you talking about? That's one of y'all biggest hits.
Yeah, what's that? We want to know. Look, tell us.
No,
ask you a question.
listen, this ain't
What
the
is the
Jamaica
word?
edition.
What's the word for
another
nigga or
day.
cracker?
Y'all didn't put me in no
How
hot seat.
y'all gonna make the host go to hell, man.
You
Y'all trying to
started
make
it.
her go to
You
hell.
started it. Look. You, yo, you started.
We're
Hey,
gonna
what's
move
the
on
word?
because it's
What's
like
the
on the warm
word?
top part way in this
Give
place. So we're gonna move on to the next question.
Down the word, down, drop the word for us now. Tell us now, please.
Countryman. Anyway, producer, you had the question. Yeah, they did. All right, so we got another question. Which one was it? Oh, okay. I'm just gonna read it as it is. But this seems to come from a male. All right. Why do women lie about being celibate for a long period of time when they meet a man they like? Why do women lie about being celibate for a long period of time when they meet a man they
Wait a minute. Time out. Time.
Let me get that one.
Well, yeah, because I need to know how he knows the truth or if it's a lie. That's number
Right.
one.
Come on.
You know what I'm saying?
You been in my
first of all, that makes me think of the person who's asking the question like you just don't believe it. First of all, there are women that, such as myself, that don't have sex every day and sex is not the first thing on my mind. I'm going on 6 months. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I don't want to have sex, I don't want to have sex. And I'm not doing that to make a person feel like, oh, you the man I want. I'm just want you to think I'm this Virgin Mary. I can't be. I got three sons. But I say that to say this, like, women don't be out here saying they didn't have sex just to be saying that. Like, if the person is telling you they didn't have sex, they just being honest. Because it's like, look, like, if we do have sex, like, that's special to me. That's special. Maybe the woman doesn't want to lay down with several different people or having all those body counts. Like, I think sex is so important and special that you just can't be out here screwing everybody. So I think that the person who asked that question, I know, no, I hate to say it, no shade, but you got an issue because you don't know the truth to that question. Women are not out here. That's like saying, why do men lie on their penis? Okay, there's some that do, but there's some that don't.
Yeah.
So how can you say that question doesn't make sense to me? I'm just being honest. It don't make sense to me.
I think the better question is, why do men feel insecure about a woman having a sex life before they met him?
That's a good little twist to that question. That's a good twist to that question.
Because that's the real gag. Because, okay, there are women that, might say, oh, I haven't had sex in 3 months and they did have sex a month ago. Maybe they don't want to just tell you, I just let go of some shit, and that ain't got shit to do. If they're not, I don't know. I don't like to start off lying, but some people, men, we know the patriarchy is so strong. Y'all look at women like whores. Let's be honest. You're looking at women like she's a whore. She just fucked yesterday. Okay? If I was real and told you yesterday, you're going to be like, God damn. Where that nigga at?
All right. So my producer is like chiming in. And I want him to ask a question. Ask that question. Just say it loud.
Any of you fellas, any of you guys experienced a woman giving you 90 days, like before you could hit it? Any of the middle panelists?
I didn't have sex with my wife for 6 months before we got married.
That was 6 months.
Was that something that she stated, or was that just something that you both did?
Well, that was something she initially stated, but I understood the integrity behind it. I'm a man, shoot, you don't take much for us to, get busy once you say it's time to get busy. But I also don't think with my penis. So I seen the rationale behind that. She wanted to get to know me. I courted her. So yeah. Okay. But I also want to say to the sister though, Miss Thomas, I don't necessarily look at a woman who, if I wasn't married and I met a woman, she said, yeah, I just had sex with this guy, or my last boyfriend was a month ago, and that might come up. I wouldn't just off the top say, oh, you're a whore. I don't see it, because I don't like the double standard. If I can if I can go and jump with this sister, this sister, this sister until I find out who I like, you have the same right. You know what I'm saying? I have granddaughters, so I want them to be treated with utmost respect and they live their life. So no, I wouldn't do that.
I'm gonna tell you what the game is now, because you've been married a minute now. The streets is not doing that, okay?
What the streets doing, Shelly?
Guys that are okay with, I met guys that are okay with waiting, but a lot of people are just like, they have that instant gratification. They got the dating apps. They got all these options or what they perceive as options. So, you might, especially because how I look, because I got tats, I got piercings, I wear colored hair. People have a perception about, oh, she's out there. Sometimes I am. Sometimes I'm not. I'm chilling. But people have, it's not like one way life goes. So I just feel like people just need to worry about what works for them.
Sex is sex. If you're gonna have sex, you're gonna have sex, and that's just period. You know what I'm saying?
Right. I feel like the better question is, when the last time you got tested?
Right. All right. Let me rephrase. Let me just say the question one more time.
Go ahead.
The question.
Oh, hold on 1 second, guys. All right.
Oh, the real question is when I got tested.
It's the question that was sent in. Okay. Why do some women lie about being celibate for a long period of time when they meet a man they like? Some women. I'm being key, some women. But you can't prove to say unless she says it. But
can I comment? I'm sorry. Go ahead, Kush.
Yeah.
Sorry, Tony. Right, I'll come to you right after. Kush, you want to chime in?
No problem.
Oh, are we still on that same question? Correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so the real question is, when is the last time you got them cheeks checked? Because fuck all that shit you
Get them.
Let me see my chart.
Get them.
Let me see my chart. Because those stones, but then don't like to. They like to hide their hand. Like, you just had to take 90-day medication for STD. Shut the fuck up talking to me. You want to ask me about my sex life? I'm poly, bitch. You don't get to come over here and ask a bunch of questions. That's not how that's gonna work. Now, what you can do though is come with us to go get tested, and then after that, maybe we can talk about what we've been doing. Also, sign this NDA. When I say that, but no, honestly, like, I feel like if that's the first thing that you're thinking about when you go to meet a person, like, you definitely need to reevaluate, and maybe dating is not for you right now. A lot too when it comes to, and I'm only saying this because it's statistically proven, men are more cheaters than women, and they are very I don't know, it's something about just testosterone, period. And for the simple fact of the matter that men will sit here and sleep with 5 different women and be mad at you because you were texting someone who they thought that was, you know what I'm saying? Men are just really funny like that. And I'm not saying that there's not women out here that don't do that, but in a heterosexual relationship, 90% of men are usually the damn cheaters. So with that being said, if that's the first thing you're thinking about going on a date, then I think you need to reevaluate, because first of all, you don't even know this person. That's not a question I want to know on a first date anyway, either.
Right.
That's not that I would ask. Like, if somebody asked me that, I would be turned off and you'd never hear from me again. Because that's not what, you know what I'm saying? I know I like to set intentions before I walk in a room. Like, I like to meditate on things. Even just doing this interview, like, I literally set my intentions for what I want. And that's just not an intention I would set on a first date. You know what I'm saying? Not even on a phone call or a FaceTime or something like that. Sex is not going to be a topic. And if you're talking about that on the first date, you ain't even.
I think you're going to just try to fuck me, personally.
Yeah.
Like, if you ask me that on the first date.
I think that if we really just think about the question in general without trying to think so deep, the only explanation I sat here and grasp is that maybe the female just wants him to know she don't sleep around like that. That's the only answer I can give you for that type of question.
Yeah, I agree with that. That nobody wants to admit
they should just say that instead of lying. Just say that. Just be honest. Just say it.
Can't do that. People can't do that in this day and age. What Shelly said is so true. This new generation is crazy. Like, we could tell you real stories we've been through on this poly journey. Like, and I get it, it's two people, you know what I'm saying? But for instance, we had a situation where the young lady was more interested in me. She's more interested in masculine people. So she wanted to deal with me. Fine. Atlantis gave her the green light for that, but I chose to not deal with her because she didn't have no motion going on. She has a child, don't have her own place, no car, no license, no job, nothing. Like, that's not, like I said, a relationship is to add. For me personally, right now, and it was more to it. We actually tried to help her get a job and everything. She still just didn't do anything. So at this point, you have no motivation. So at this point, I'm deciding not to roll with you. This young lady went crazy when I rejected her, y'all. But when I tell you the whole time, all she had to do was tell Atlantis as they were spending time with each other, hey, I'm more interested in Kush. I hope that she couldn't say that the whole time. The whole time. Something simple.
And that's a waste of your time.
A waste of time to know somebody for what? And we get to know a child too. Like, you got to understand that I agree with the young woman who was Honey. I agree with her. It's pride. Nobody ever wants to admit that they're wrong, especially when it comes to sex, because sex is this big thing. You know what I'm saying? People don't want to admit to that, and it makes them feel, insecure. So I understand, but I do believe that everybody should be honest, because that's the reason why we have so many STDs and HIV, because people are not talking honest.
I'm being honest. That's true. I like that. I like that turnaround. All right. It's only right. You wanted to just chime in before we move on to the next question?
I want to hear what True Boss got to say.
I just want two things. I want to see what the OG said. I agree with him. Like, a lot of people are thinking with their penis and their vagina. So it's you got to mature and not think with that part of you. Think with the right head, the one on your shoulders. So once you, as a man, when you think with the head on your shoulder, you're not really concerned with whether a woman is celibate or not until you get to that level, until you get to that point in your relationship, and that becomes a discussion. But if a woman's, to me, your sex life is your sex life. It's your personal business, whether you're celibate or not. It's really about how secure I am with who you are, whether you've got 100 bodies or no bodies. Eventually, somebody got to get saved. A female, we gotta save one, whether it's a female or a man. If I got 50, if I have sex with 50 women or 100 women, eventually I want to have a wife. But what she can judge me the same way. You had sex with how many women? Why would it almost feels like to her, it's almost like, Dad, you're not exclusive to me. You're for everyone. So I also believe that when it comes to that, it's depends on how secure you are with who you are as a person. That shouldn't even matter until it gets to that level. Like someone said, y'all talking about that on the first date. That's your only intention. You came in that with the outcome is sex, whatever. That's not. And if you're going in like that, that's short lived. Not saying that two grown-ups can't have sex on a first date and it can live a great life. It can happen, but you don't go into it looking for that. That just happens organically. And that's my take on that.
I agree. All right. True Boss?
If I'm answering the question, why do women lie? Just repeat it one more time.
1 second. Let me get it from my producer because it was sent to him. 1 sec.
The question was, why do women lie about being celibate?
Why do
when they
some
someone for a long time?
Yeah.
So
for a man that they don't like.
Yeah. So so it's a double standard. Okay, if you're a man and you fuck multiple bitches, you the man. If you're a woman and you fuck multiple guys, you're a hoe. Right? So if you're talking to somebody, if I'm a female and I say, you know what, I ain't had sex in 6 months, right? To that guy, he gonna think, oh damn, she ain't had sex in 6 months, so she ain't out here fucking around with no. And the female probably lied because she probably liked the guy. You know what I'm saying? She don't want to come off as a hoe, as a whore, right? A hoe. So she telling him it's been a long time. And the man here, he like, oh damn, this bitch ain't bust down in 6 months. It's gonna be a fucking exorcism in that goddamn bedroom. So in the man mind, when he thinking, he like, oh shit, when we fuck, it's gonna be something magical happening because she ain't had shit. This bitch horny. She ain't had sex in 6 months. Oh, it's going to fuck down in that bedroom. You know what I'm saying? And so that's the only reason I can think in my mind. If a female like the guy and she don't want to come off in a hoe, she gonna lie about the last time she done got beat down, buzzed down. And that's just that. She like, I like this guy. I don't want him to know that I just fucked on somebody yesterday. So I'm gonna tell this nigga I ain't had sex in 6 months. He gonna like me then because he gonna think this pussy ain't been
like
touched.
that dude, man. I like
This
him.
pussy ain't been touched.
True boss
You're a
is
true
funny.
boss.
But she like it.
So
Follow me
basically,
on
And that goes
Instagram,
back
True
to
Boss.
purity
she's a
culture.
liar.
Follow me
Okay,
on
she already
Instagram, True
a double
Boss.
Is a
standard.
liar.
I'm
So
following
some
you
of them
back,
are
bro.
lying.
Follow me on
Some of them are
Instagram.
lying. Period.
It all comes down to if she likes him or not. If she don't like him, she might tell that nigga, "Oh, I just fucked somebody 2 hours ago. And he gone." But if she like him, she gonna be like, "Oh, I need to be a little bit reserved. I need to be a lady." So she gonna say, "You know what? I ain't did shit."
She could be telling the truth. Or she
Yeah.
could be telling the truth.
But you
You
shouldn't
just
have to
never
lie.
know.
You shouldn't have to lie on your part. You know what I'm saying?
She
Regardless,
could
like,
be
all right,
telling the
I could have had
truth.
sex
I'm saying,
yesterday.
but who's
You
to
could have
know?
had
So
sex
it's never
yesterday.
nobody to know but you
Yeah,
and God. That's
But
you and
exactly.
God.
That's it. That's all the people that know.
Never.
So why you gotta
Or
lie
whether
about
I'm
it?
telling
Like
you or not.
you might have
But
fucked
wait
some
a
Because
minute,
dudes this
time out,
week.
y'all. The person could be telling the truth, though.
Yeah, but they gonna give you that bonus hole now. They gonna give you that
Okay,
bonus
so look,
hole.
let's
And
say
they
you
your
don't think you
bonus,
lying.
your
So you
bonus
might well
hole.
lie.
That bonus hole, man.
Hold on,
wait,
You really got it.
It could be
off
real.
guard.
It
You
could be
caught me
real.
off guard.
so look,
Touch
if the
me.
woman is not lying, and let's say she's okay, you said that she's not lying, honey. So I'm just gonna ask you a
Right.
question. If you're saying that she's not lying, and let's say for later on down the line, they wind up doing a double date with him and his homeboy, and come to find out that's who his homeboy been fucking with on the side. How is that male supposed to feel after he done been out with somebody who lied like hell, and comes to find out that she really been out here fucking? Then what?
If
Oh wait,
that, if
time
look,
out,
look,
time out,
then
time
right there,
out.
he
I
finds out. He
said,
finds out right there. He finds out right there.
well then you're a liar. But I said if she's telling the truth, then it wouldn't be no scenario.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? Because for example, if I tell somebody that I'm being real, it's no need for me to lie. First of all, I'm gonna tell you something about me. I don't give a shit if I fucked a guy the day before. If you ask me when's the last time I had sex, I'm not trying to be reserved. I'm not
Yeah,
trying to act like I'm not. I'm a real person. So I'm gonna keep it 100. How yesterday.
But look, honey, see,
But
we
you
just
know,
saying.
grown.
That go
Get
back to what True Boss said. Like
I'm
you're
not
confident where
in
you're
a
at.
relationship with you. I'm not in a relationship with you. If you're gonna judge me or for what I did before me and you got together, then that I don't even want to be with a person like that. So I'm gonna keep it real. You know what I'm saying?
I feel you 100%. People like you are rare because I'm the same way. If you ask me, I'll tell you. But
Honey,
you know, fly over the littlest things. You know what I'm saying? Like it's we. You know how the saying go. We can't expect everybody to be us. Everybody ain't going to be real as us. You feel what I'm saying? So I agree, and I'm not against you. I agree with you, but I mean, just as well as it happens to us women, lesbians, it happens to niggas too. You know what I'm saying? There's some good niggas out there that really don't be doing nothing, don't like really working 9 to 5, saving 401ks and savings, really out here chasing dreams and still holding down the bills. And this happens to men just like it happens to women too. So that's why I just question because
that's true.
a lot that happens to men that we don't acknowledge because again, like we talked about somebody taking the lead, that's what we expect men to do instead of expecting I'm a human, you're a human. I have feelings, you have, you know what I mean? And it happens
That
to a
goes
lot.
back to accountability, right?
Balance. Yep.
Okay, so what I was saying, so I'm gonna say it like this: the only thing I can think of in my mind is that the person just don't want to be honest about what they did. That they're just a liar. Because if you're not a liar, then you are somebody that tells the truth.
Facts.
Yep, I'm being straight up. You're just
It's gonna
being
be
straight
good,
up.
or it's gonna be good, or it ain't good either. You
I
wait
just want
9 months
to
and it ain't
what
hitting
what
on
Honey
nothing.
said. If you know if they're depending on the generation that you're in, Honey, the numbers of women that ain't fucking is real small. Okay, it's real small. As you get older, you may say, you know what, it have been 6 months. It's more believable. But let me tell you this: these little bitches that's 23 years old, that's giving up that pussy. They're giving up that pussy.
I hope you got a book.
Is not.
True Boss, you got a book,
young,
man.
ain't no young bitch out here holding back on no pussy. They get that pussy.
Just so you know,
Follow me, True Boss.
just so you
Countryman
know,
59.
I know somebody right now who's about 50-something years old, and she fucks more than 25-year-old bitch.
She's living her best life. She's living her best
She is
life.
living her
Stella got her
life.
groove. What you talking
And,
about?
and sometimes she be having like 2 in one day. I be like,
Turn up, granddad.
But
Yeah.
also, I feel like people make sex so taboo as like, oh, you're like we saying, we're putting these labels on whore as women. Like, if you did this, you're a whore or whatever. And it's just like, sex is sex for some people.
Yep.
That's that
It's
crazy.
what you
That's that
like.
crazy. Yeah,
Why
that's
you
that
want to
crazy
stop what you
judgmental stuff.
like?
But you do
It's what
know
you
that the
like.
women's libido rises when they become 50 and above. So we get more hornier. So I
Yeah.
can understand why she's doing that.
Belly.
Okay.
And
All right,
the-
guys.
Okay,
Yeah,
look, hold it, say.
True boss, I'm gonna make you
at the
chime
end of
in,
the day-
and then we're gonna flip it.
All
All right.
Yeah, at
All right,
the,
True
the
boss.
moral of the story is get that pussy up. Next question.
Okay, so who you feel like?
That bonus hole.
Yo, give it up to that.
All right, so I'm gonna hand it over.
I
We're
like
just gonna
this
have
show.
one. What'd you say, Honey Stacks?
I love this show.
I love you guys. It's just this
look.
conversation is amazing. All
This
right,
channel is
before
off the
we,
chain, man. I love all y'all.
it's Countryman's little voice in the background. It's like you just hear this deep voice. You're like, what you say? What you say, Countryman?
I love all of y'all, man. This panel
We
is
love
off
you
the
too.
chain.
All right, so I'm gonna hand it over to D Walls Can Talk so he can run one of our commercials.
Bonus hole.
Hey everyone, welcome to the virtual staging of the Heart to Heart Relationship Talk Show. I am one of your co-producers, Trina, and we're grateful to have you joining us here today on one of our events. Now, we want to take the time to remind everyone that the show is being streamed live on the Farside TV YouTube channel. Don't forget to subscribe to their page where you can also find our content, which includes all our past shows and the interviews that we have been doing with our panelists. We also want to take the time to remind everyone to join us on all our social media platforms, which includes our Facebook group at Heart to Heart RTS, where we discuss topics that we didn't get to touch on the show. And also we're looking forward to give away 1 or 2 tickets to one of our upcoming virtual events. Now, with that being said, I think I've done enough talking, and I think it's time we get on with the show. So I'm gonna hand it right back over to the host. Have a good show, guys.
All right. Yeah, that was me. Back to the show. All right. I have a question here. I want to ask the ladies first, but it's a sexual question, but I know the men might be able to chime in, but I'm going to ask the woman them first about this question. So, Shelly with Fade, I'm going to hand this over to you. The question is, are some women satisfied with receiving cunnilingus, or do they usually want penetration too? So for our viewers or those
I
who
can
don't
only
know,
speak. Oh wait.
Sorry, for those who don't know that word, cunnilingus, aka giving head, is for those who don't know. So share your view.
I can only speak for myself and the women I've slept with. That I am a person that prefers penetration. But I need some head first. So I do need a little bit to jumpstart me. But some people can go, just get head. It really just depends on the woman. Some women love just getting head, Some women like just getting dick. It really just depends. It's a personal preference. I don't think you can really just broaden, I think a lot of women are settling for penetration because men aren't good at it or they act like they're not good at it to get out of it. But yeah, I think what woman doesn't enjoy head? I have met one woman that didn't like, she just wanted to scissor, but like that was one, like out of all,
All right, Kush, I would love to hear your view being in a poly relationship.
I'm down for all of it. Like she said, it really depends on the person. We've had some people who like penetration more. Especially when you have 2 feminine women, they like to do, a bunch of other things. They might want to scissor and shit. So, I mean, it really is on the preference of the person. You might have a threesome with somebody, or you might have
relationship with a stud, and they may be as touch me not. So it really just depends on the person for real. But shit, I'm down for all of that shit.
All right. I actually want to hear a man's view, the men's view. So,
Okay,
you
I
know,
want to.
wait, True Boss. You better wait. You better wait. I'm gonna get to you. He's like, it's only right. I want to hear
Yes,
from you, from
yes.
your perspective.
Well, from my experience, I've been with my wife 12 years, going on 13, and she rathers penetration. She loves getting head, but she rathers penetration. That's her thing. She wants to feel me. I mean, in that sense.
That's facts. I love that one. Countryman.
You know what I mean?
So, what's happening? Don't throw the question at me one more again. Look, I'm over laughing. I know what to say, but just
All right. So the question: are some women satisfied with receiving cunnilingus, aka head, or head alone, or do they usually want penetration?
Look here. Let me tell you something. Look, if you've got the nerve to get in that, you gotta go and spit on that. I'm gonna tell you something. Like I said, I'm a man. But I'm a man. Let's take it that way. I'm a man. There's a difference between a man and a man. So I'm a man. See, so look here. I'm gonna get down there and touch something. I'm gonna taste on it. You got to. You got to. Look, it's
You
only
gotta lick it.
because see, sometimes you might jump in that good snappy nappy dugout. That good, you know what I'm saying? And it might be a little quick, but see, if you bought yourself 15 minutes and go and spit on that thing, taste on it. You know what I'm saying? They like that. Like you expect them to eat on you. You know what I'm saying? Like it's got to be a 50-50. Like, so if you want you a good head, you want some good head, you got to give some good head back. I wrote a song about it. It's on my new album, right?
Nice.
Down for the night. I know you don't hear it. You can listen to it. You know you don't listen to it.
I did.
I got that head that'll change your life. I'm gonna talk about it because I enjoy it. You know what I'm saying? I'm 16. I like to eat. I'm a big guy.
But hold on, but countryman, the question is,
Then the question.
do
Tell it
they
to me.
prefer it alone or do they prefer penetration?
I think they prefer
Or with
both.
it?
I think they deserve both. It don't prefer
Okay.
nothing. Like you give them
Period.
both. You know what I'm saying? And look, you get in there for a bit. All right, you taste the cake. Then you get in there, get your old look. That's like an appetizer. You start off with an appetizer, get it going. Get up in there, you might come out of there and you ain't finished off yet. Dive right back in there, get you another snack. You know, might want a salad. You know what I'm saying? So you go in there. Then you come back out, you dive right back up. It's how you figure, like, if you a man, right? You try to please something. You know what I'm saying? So it's on your level of pleasing. That's what I say. I'm a country man. You know what I'm saying? I'm going in. Either way it goes. Like if I know you like it like this, okay, yeah, I'm gonna do that. And I'm gonna do it a lot because you like that. So hey, look.
I hear you.
There's no limitations. Don't be that person in your coffin talking about, man, I wish I would did this, did it. Nah, I ain't gonna be that dude. You're gonna be next to me in the graveyard. I'm gonna tell you everything country man done did. Yeah, I did that. Shit, yeah, on an elephant. I did that with a horse in the room. You know what I'm saying? Shit like that. Yeah, I'm with the shit.
All right, countryman.
Don't ask me no questions like that.
True Boss, I'm gonna kick it to you.
Okay, so in a former life, during the pandemic, I was known as the Rose Man. I sold $30,000 in roses during the pandemic. The rose they had one with just the suction on it, and then they had one, I call it the extendo with the penetration. I sold more roses with the suction than I did without the little dick on it. So I think just depending on what the situation is, I mean, eating, you know what I'm saying, oral sex and shit, that's supposed to be like the foreplay. You warming that motherfucker up, right? For the main shit, right? But it just depends on the person. But from my experience, when I sold the roses, I sold more with just the suction on it than I did with the one with the penetrator on it. So I think it just depends on the woman. If you got to listen, if you gonna have a man there and he can eat your pussy and give you dick, but if you just gonna be playing with yourself, just put that motherfucker on the clip. You don't need you by yourself. What the fuck that little motherfucker, that little 3-inch thing gonna do for you? You might as well just put the suction up there and get your rocks off. So it, like I said, it just depends on the person.
All right, nice. All right, audience. I bet you they're gonna try act like they're shy. Anybody want to chime in on this question?
I'm not shy at all.
I know you ain't shy, Honey Stacks. You ain't my audience. You one of the panelists.
Anything. I like talking about sex. Me personally, when you say do I prefer head? I prefer good head. Okay, that's number one. I don't want somebody just to warm me up and then I just be sitting there like, God damn, I can't wait for you to just give me that penetration. This shit is whack. I like good head. I prefer good head and then penetration. There's no way in the world I just want a good head and then you just leave me high and dry, because I probably will attack you. Because you got me so fucking, aroused that if you just trying to send me home with the wet, and I'm going to attack you. So to answer the question, I prefer both. I like good head because everybody can't eat. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So the head got to be spectacular. If he's starting it off and I see it's going south or something, don't even give me that. They're just next, move to the next thing. So
don't even go down there.
I can't. Yeah. I'm not going to sit there and act like the shit is good. I can't fake this. I'm not a faker. You're going to tell from my whole entire being that it's not going well. And and even if I try to teach, if you can't be a student and you can't really, there's no comprehension, the whole thing is that you just got to go. So I prefer good head and good toys too. I wanted to talk to you about the rolls, my friend, but that's on another story. But I like to be one of your but anyway, I like good head. Your customers. I like the good head, but I really like penetration because I feel like at that point now I'm connected with the person. Head,
Gotcha.
I can get head and just don't even care. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But when I have sex with you and you give me that penetration, now my body's all entwined with yours. You know what I mean?
You got that soul connection.
Yeah.
All right.
I think that porn plays a role in men even thinking that women, if that's a question, because every woman wants some good head, but like porn, if you watch porn, which a lot of men do, you don't even see women getting a pussy ate a lot. You see a lot of women centering the man. And so that's not how sex really supposed to go. That shit is fake. It's produced,
Yeah, I agree. All right. Well, I think that's going to sum up our little conversation tonight on the Heart to Heart Relationship Talk Show. Right. But before we get off,
go get some head tonight.
Before we get off, I'm going to ask each of our panelists to to let our audience members know who they are, where we can find them, and also to add their links in the chat. And then we're going to hand it over to our producer to close off the show. So I'm going to start with, I think, Countryman. He went off for a minute. Countryman, are you there? All right, let's start with Kush. Bring it on, Kush.
Hold on. I don't know what happened to my screen. Hold on, give me a second.
Sure.
No, I don't. Oh, there we go. All right. So I want to thank you guys for having me on the panel tonight. Each of the guests here, you guys are fucking hilarious. It was an honor to be here again for the second year in a row. You guys can find me on Facebook. We stream twice a day. You can find me on the KUZH, or you can follow me on TikTok. You can also catch me live on Twitch and YouTube as well too. And you can find my music on all streaming platforms.
Nice. Shelly with the fade.
Thanks for having me. I had a lot of fun, lots of chit chat going on. You can follow me and you can find me on all social media platforms at Shelly with the Fade, except for my SoundCloud. My SoundCloud is Aquamoon, And all my links are in the chat as well. So thanks for having me. I had a great time.
Nice. It's only right, or did he disappear for a bit? Honey Stacks, can you speak on his behalf?
Yes, you can find my brother at It's Only Right on IG. Pretty much It's Only Right everywhere. Just It's Only Right, but that's WRITE. It's Only Right.
Yep, and they are also artists from Certified Nation Entertainment. So big them up. All right, Countryman, I wonder if he's in. No, if not, True Boss, I'm handing it over to you.
All right, y'all, listen, y'all can find me on social media right now at TRU. That's True Boss without the E on the true. So it's TRUBOSS Howie. True Boss Howie. That's where you can find me at right now. The next chapter, the next season of my life is coaching. So I'll be Coach Controversy. So I'll be posting that on my social media. But make sure y'all follow me at on Instagram at True Boss Howie. I'm maxed out on Facebook, so you got to follow me on Instagram. Thank y'all. It has been a pleasure, Katrina. The phenomenal platform. Ladale, make sure you tap in with me, brother. We need more kings like you out here to share your story and good shit like that. So make sure we tap in and stay connected. Honey, you've been phenomenal. Kush, everybody been phenomenal. I love y'all. Y'all stay up.
All right, nice. All right, so before we close, I'm gonna let my producer, Mr. Tim Hill. Oh, wait, Countryman, is that? Look at you. Before we close out, Countryman, come and tell the people where they can find you.
Hey, look, the internet trying to shut me down, but I'm back. Look, you can get me on Instagram and TikTok, same tag at Countryman59. That's with a K, KOUNTRYMANE 59. You can get me on YouTube at CTC Countryman. Then again, CTC, not KTK, CTC Countryman. You can get me up there, but anything like you look my music up, it's under Elvis Presley. You know what I mean? Elvis with a P. You know what I mean? So just check me out. Appreciate y'all having me on the show tonight. Appreciate everybody that's in this panel tonight too, y'all. I love all y'all, and make sure y'all connect with me too. I'm gonna follow y'all back. You know what I mean? Let's all link up because it's a good group right here. Appreciate that.
I love that. All right, Mr. Producer, I'm gonna have him close out the show.
Hey, y'all, that was awesome. Honey Stats. I hope everybody gets some supporters like you. Like, real talk. You a real one for that. You know what I'm saying? Because you show up and you do your thing and you sit here and support. So I just want to point that out. But everybody else, man, y'all did great. And I thank y'all for being a part of this. You guys just, for the first time, for those of the first time, y'all just witnessed the virtual show. I really want y'all to experience the live show. So, Kush, I know I heard you talking to Trina earlier about the LGBT Pride Festival, and congrats on that. They picked excellent, somebody excellent to represent. So, congrats on that. But I definitely want to get y'all out to some live shows. Countryman, I think you're gonna be here in August, right? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Hopefully we can link up, man. We'd love to link up with you in person. Bro, you got my number, man. You
Blow on some of that, whatever you smoking on over there.
Hey, look, we wasn't on the situation right now. Show you some shit. But we ain't gonna get into it. It's about relationships. Yeah, you know what I mean? Networking and stuff, bro. What y'all got going on, y'all gonna go far with this. Like,
I appreciate it.
Especially being black folks out here trying to, help people like ourselves get out here and be heard. Bro, y'all uplift this game, bro. Just keep moving. I'm gonna always support y'all. Y'all can call me for anything, bro. I get on any show. I don't care if it's about midgets or tall people. You know what I'm saying?
Appreciate you, man. Shelly. Now that I know you in Detroit, definitely want to get you on some live shows out here. So I'm gonna definitely be in touch with you. Yeah, it's live shows is something different. Like I said, everybody all in
That's
one
my
room.
specialty right there.
And we talking, yeah. True Boss Brown, we already talked, but definitely want to get out there with you and definitely let me know when you come out here and we could put something together for sure. All right. Other than that, guys, shout out my co-producer, shout out to the host, Trina. She did excellent.
D Walls can talk. He did excellent. Thank you for navigating the show. Farside TV, big shout out to y'all. Thank you for believing in the show. Once you
Huge
came
shout out
across,
to Farside. Huge shout out to Farside TV.
reached out to us. A couple things we got coming up for those of you in the Detroit area. Saturday, we will be performing from 1:30 to 3:30 at the Stevie Wonder Festival. It's going to be downtown Detroit. We'll also have a media tent. So if you are in the Detroit area, stop on by. We're going to be taking questions prior to the show for that show. So that show is going to be on love, mental health, and relationships. Outside of that, let's see, we got a live show coming up at Cola Lounge in August. That's going to be a dope show too, and that's going to be a live in-person show. So to find out where those shows are going to be and the details, all you have to do is follow us on Instagram at Heart to Heart RTS. And actually, that's on all social media. Other than that, thank you guys. I have nothing else for you. If you guys want to hang around, if you guys got any questions, ask away. Shout out to Countryman on his new album. He just released it. July 4th. Yeah, so big things coming. You got anything else you want to say? Or you just out here messing with me?
Yeah.
I need features from all the artists up in here, man. Look, we all got to do something, man. Let's work together. Let's get
That'd be dope. Yeah.
Hey, I'm following everybody.
Get that Aquamoon on.
Hey.
my platform is y'all's platform. Yeah, once you figure out who I am and who I'm associated with, you'll figure out the dots.
There you go.
Let's connect.
There you go.
No, let's connect. Look, they don't understand, dude. Connect them. Let's connect them, man. That's what we on here for. Like they put us together up here for a reason because we were all supposed to be on here. So let's all get this, man.
All right. Liddell, I'm gonna connect with you tomorrow. You dropped your number in the chat, right?
You know what? Hold on, I will. I put my my website, but I'll put my number out there.
Please do.
Yeah, I'll do that now.
Okay.
All right. Hey, man, I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, me too, man. D Walsh, you have anything you like to say?
Appreciate everybody for showing up and showing out once again. We look forward to seeing y'all on the next show. So stay tuned. Stay tuned for sure.
I'm waiting for my email. I want to get on another show.
Yeah. Real talk. All right, y'all. Well, other than that, y'all ain't got nothing else. I ain't gonna hold y'all. I definitely appreciate you guys. He just put the number on right there. I don't know if it saves it. Definitely appreciate you guys. And like I said, I hope you guys have a good night, and we look forward to having you guys back on the show in the future.
For sure. Thanks for having me.
All right, thank you.
All right,
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Bye, guys.
Shalom.
Bye.
Everybody be peaceful.
Bye, y'all.
Keep something peaceful in your heart and your mind.
All the way.
All right.
The hunt is in motion, you trying to beat the reaper. They using the term loosely, your brothers keepers. Backstabbing each other and got the same features. Watch the people off in your circle is what this life will teach you. You moving too loud, waking the night creature. Who hide in the shadows, plotting no ways to sneak you. Who ready for war, barrel longer than the preacher. Sermon on Sunday, you weak is guaranteed to reach you. The streets is infused with
April, they better unmute that mic.
Why are you playing with me, girl? Why are you playing with me?
I knew he was there. Hey Jay, who's Jay and J Love?
Bye.
That might be Jason.
It's back over to you.
That sounds familiar. I don't know who Don that is. The name sounds.
Is that the prison man?
Oh, that might be him.
Hey, it's back over to you, Romay.
I got it. Thank you. I stopped the YouTube.
Thank you so much, Romay. You're amazing, and we appreciate